We're back at the honey hole from yesterday, hopefully to catch that monster we lost and catch a few more in the process. Today I'm solo. We've got some cold drizzle going on, so I kind of strongly recommended the boys stay home, not having full rain suits, and I'll probably have to climb under the tent soon. There's Brandon, Eddie Gross. Good morning. Let me get these baits in the water. Just wanted to get the stream rolling so people could find it. Let me get that centered a little bit. I just put a short out on the recipe. I changed it up a little bit. I kind of combined both recipes I was using yesterday. So you can go check out my short from this morning, or we can chat about it in a few moments. If you're just coming in, please hit the thumbs up if you don't mind. Helps get the stream out there. Let's get the net ready. I have a feeling action's going to be fast today. It rained all night, but just a drizzle. I think it's kind of perfect. Get my coffee set up, most importantly. I forgot I got to put some new fake corn on that one rod in the middle here. Let's see who we got in here so far. Got 5 people. Please hit that thumbs up if you don't mind. Eddie, good morning. Steven Merchant, bro, what's up? Steve, did you win yesterday? I got it written down somewhere, but I know I got 2 awards to give out for my trivia. We do have trivia today. We'll start up sometime early in the second hour probably. We'll do 10 questions of sports trivia today. Keep us busy. Brandon, good morning, buddy. Good to see you in here. Jeff Beal, what's up? What's up? Hawk leg cut out early today. Mr. Rogers, what's going on? You were on panel? You were up on panel and they cut you off? I was on breakfast duties. My wife's working from home. My kids are home this week, so we did bacon and eggs, and they're all, one of my kids and my wife are on the gluten-free diet. So I had to make figure out how to get carbs into their diet. So I did a bacon and cheese quesadilla. So definitely not healthy, but it'll work, I guess. It's gonna come out earlier. When I saw Hog Leg shut down early, I was like, you know what, let me get down here, but just didn't have enough time. So we're like 5 minutes early instead of an hour early like I imagined. Oh well. There's the fake corn I'm gonna go put on that center rod on the hair rig. We're gonna start with the rod spread out, try to figure out where the pod is, and then we'll, yesterday they were all down in here, so then we ended up casting all the rods down here, and that seemed to be the trick. But we'll spread out again. That's it, then you wait. Give them a little time to come back into the spot after bombing them with the bait. Whoop, did I hear a bell? Oh, I got a bell in my pocket. Could have sworn I heard a bell there. I think fish can at least give me a little time to say hello to everybody and have some coffee. It'd be the decent, respectable thing to do. This Saturday is in Pennsylvania is Mentor Day, which is a opening day. Well, not opening day. It's one day of fishing for anyone 16 and under. There's a lot of rules that go along with that and special regs, so check it out. But I know a lot of people are watching the streams because we seem to be in this monsoon pattern where it keeps raining. But I'll tell you right now, since we had that 4 or 5 inches, even though it's been raining a little bit each day, the water's really not going anywhere. It's good. It's probably just about perfect, honestly. Hunting and stuff. What is up? You know, Dan River Boys. Dan River Boys. I always thought it was Dan River. Yo, Jeff, that's what I've been looking for, man. We need our bread. We got hoagies and things to make. I need a gluten-free bakery because I'm a pretty good cook, not to brag, but man, it's tough. That stuff tastes like cardboard. So today we had tortillas. I made the bacon quesadillas with cheese and like fried them, and that came out really good, but it shouldn't be that hard. Oh, Steven, that's no hassle at all. That's like a couple dollars to mail. That is no hassle, man. I'll find your address. That's not, sending a sticker is simple. It's no different than sending a card, like $2 or something. That's nothing. That is not a problem, dude. I'm just counting down the days until I can start fishing again. Yeah, what's the deal? Is it with work or like why you can't, why can't you fish till a certain time? Is it a season thing where you are, Brandon? Hunting stuff says, I hope you catch a monster. Dude, I'm hoping I catch that monster with a, ooh, hang around, there we go already. Better put my car keys in the bucket. Let's be smart. That was a definite bump. He's hitting that pack bait. There's a lot of bait in the water. He's got to work through to find the hook. Get my pliers out. This is the jinx right here. That's when all the adults come out to bring out their nieces, nephews, and they can fish. That's right, Jeff. That's exactly what happens, man. Jeff, I'll rent you Kevin. You know what? You can have Kevin for the day for free. How's that deal? Then you can tag out, go out to any stream you want, get your 2 trout. Be a good day in Norristown right there, man. I'll put my feet up, take a little break. Yeah, it's pretty controversial, that's for sure. That day is, you see the worst of people. Even opening day, same deal. People go crazy over these trout. And it's all over within a couple of weeks and you don't see those people again, and it's just the regulars. I used to hate it. I used to avoid trout fishing for like the first month they stocked. And one of my best friends still refuses to go out for weeks. But I've learned to embrace it. It's just a different type of fishing. Get out of your head. Oh, middle rod. I better. Man, we're getting a lot of taps. They're feeding. They are feeding. Middle rod. Finally went out and bought me a pair of frog togs yesterday. Found them on sale for 20 bucks. That's my price range. I've got really good waterproof gear, but they just don't fit me. They will in a few weeks. I'm losing weight now, but they don't fit me yet. So I had to go out and buy something. Yeah, we might track down Katie for that. We had my older boy tested, and he has celiac disease, so he's like full blown where you can't even have cross contamination, have her own silverware for all that stuff. So my wife just said she feels better on gluten free, so I don't know. She probably has it to a lesser degree, but Lyle's got it full blown. Working a lot till you retire. Yeah, I did the same thing, man. It was complete crazy, Brandon, right up to the day I walked out of there. Most stressful time in my life. Man, I thought once I knew I was going to walk out the door, everything was going to be easy. You know, who cares? You're leaving the job, but that's not how I'm built. They try to, I could care less about my bosses or the company, but my direct bosses and the people I work with, they become your friends. You don't want to put them in a jam, so you bust your butt to make a smooth transition for them. But yeah, I was stressed by it. Paul, good morning. Thank you. Good afternoon, I guess. Thank you. Appreciate you coming in here again. Hey, buddy. We just started, buddy. We just started. It's always weird when Buddy comes in because I call everybody Buddy, and then Buddy comes in. I'm like, Buddy, Buddy, Buddy. But yeah, we've had taps immediately. We usually don't get anything for at least 20 minutes and usually between 30 and 40. But immediately they've been brushing lines. So I think that's a good sign. We shall see. 6:20 in the morning out there. Got to get some sleep. Good luck fishing. Will do. Thank you. Mona did what? Welcome in. Yeah, I found that out on the internet. You know, I didn't put glasses on these fish, so I didn't want to. I hope I don't hear any problems with that, but I just found that GIF out there. I thought it was funny. And it's quite representative of some of the carp we've been catching lately. It's spring break, so carp are known to be quite party animals. So we might find one with a lip ring today, we're hoping, but glasses will be doubtful. I used to bring Wonder Woman with us, and then somebody reported that as animal abuse. I had a sunfish with Wonder Woman sitting on his back for a second. Lord. Buddy said, I bought some frog togs. The pants seemed to move me enough. As soon as I squatted down, they exploded like an Incredible Hulk. That's why I didn't put them on yet. I know it's going to happen. I'm going to have a John Parker moment. Split my pants in front of the camera. Nephew Austin, what's going on, buddy? How's the baby? Guess not a baby anymore. How's your little one doing? We've been running in different circles. I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Buddy's getting his butt in gear. Fish head. What's going on, Ray? How you doing, bud? Yeah, man, if you haven't partied with a carp, that's right, buddy. You don't even know. You don't even know. They are party animals. Let me do live chat. Make sure I didn't miss. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I think we got a pretty good picture here. Pretty peaceful out. I got caught up in chat. I can shut up so you guys can enjoy the sights and sounds. And I forgot to turn the notifications off, so you'll be hearing annoying drag in the background. That's my Fish Brain app. Oh, I suck. See that line moving on that rod over here? Something eating the corn from that pack bait. We'll just hope to see that rod go down eventually as they find the piece of corn with the hook in it. We're going to give them at least 3 hours today, even if we got to set the tent up in the rain. Because you just don't know when the window of the bite's going to happen. We could potentially get, you know, an hour of nothing and then an hour of, you know, activity and then an hour of nothing. That's sometimes how it goes for carp. So 3 hours is sufficient. And sometimes you get the bite spread out through the whole session. But 3 hours is kind of my minimum if I don't have any other obligations. And then if they're biting, of course, I'm not going to leave the spot when they're biting. Not carp, at least. Trout, I'll catch my 3 or 5 or whatever the limit is at that time of year and throw them in the cooler and stop fishing. I don't often fish for trout for pleasure. Around here anyway. I will go after some wilds and stuff occasionally, and then it's catch and release, but that's a whole different mindset for me. And all barbless and all that junk. Hey, Miss Joan, good morning, good morning. Yeah, I guess, Joan, we were talking about biking. You know, you live in a perfect part of the world for that. We've got a pretty good spot here, but we're kind of the exception. We have a lot of rail trails we can ride. But I'm sure you've heard me talk on and on about biking, but the next video you're going to want to see, the bike appears in it a lot. We're bike packing and fishing. in this video coming out. And we put 30 to 40 miles on too, chasing down some fishing holes by bike. The sound of ripping, the drag ripping automatically puts me on alert. I've got to work on that live. It wasn't available yet to me to work on, but the live where I caught the big one at the very beginning of the live, the drag on that thing, I don't know if you saw it or heard it, it was ripping. And I touched it one notch, and that rod just was like bent over. So I realized it was a big fish, and I had to back off the drag again. You know, when you see the drag spin like that, my first thought is, oh, I had the drag too loose. But you got to be careful with that thought, because if you got a big one on, you have to, you know, you could ruin it. It can break the line right away. And I think that's where you spend a lot of money for good reels. And these aren't the best. So I got to err to the side of a little loose on the drag. Travis, I was just talking about people trying to get creek updates. You're like the fourth guy that asked me that. But it looks good, man. I think it's like perfect right now. If we don't get a lot of rain and it's just this spread out, it honestly, I think looks perfect. It's definitely like upriver or up creek where you're gonna go. I think it's gonna be even more clear than this. But the current's not real fast, even though it's still cloudy from the sediment. But I think that's gonna lay down soon. But we get another inch or two, then that's a different story. But so far so good, man. Last night's didn't do anything. The current is barely moving faster than yesterday. Oh, center on. It's a good sign. Sign of life. There's Nolan, Mission Discover. Good morning, Nolan, another member. Steven's a member. I think I forgot to call out my members. I think you guys see the stars next to their name, like Ray, Fishhead Videos. Members, don't forget, tonight we got our giveaway. It is, the thumbnail's out there. I believe it's 8 p.m. I set it for. We'll keep it quick, but you do have to be in chat to win. It just makes it easier to claim and send out who I'm sending it to and get the addresses, and it starts packing up. Like now I got a list of things I've got to send out. I know I got to get the merch store up so that I can take that off my hands and just send you the link and you go pick out something, and that's that. So that's where we're going to go with that. But for now, I'm still ordering it from another company, having it shipped to my house, and then having it shipped to you guys. We're going to give the first round here 45 minutes before we cast back out. Definitely getting a lot of taps out there. The current definitely is up from yesterday though. A little bit. I'm staring at the rods. It just looks like they're going to go. like any second. Sometimes they're just dead still. But those two rides here have been constant. I believe that there's carp in on both of those, just sitting there eating all around the pack bait. With the murky water, they shouldn't be line shy either, like they sometimes can be, the big ones anyway. That's why I like to fish all conditions. We caught that huge one yesterday, and I really believe that that's an old carp that's smart, and you won't catch it on clear days. Yesterday was our chance of getting that one. Murky water, but not too high, and overcast. It's the perfect scenario to take out a giant. Look at that line go in the middle rod. Could go. I better get up. There's some slack in that line. Nothing yet. Gonna use my hand warmers today. Got a little chill. Just gonna get them ready. It's not bad now, but if I handle a fish in the water, my hands are gonna be useless for a couple minutes. So. It's from years of racing in the Arctic. Got a lot of old frostbite injuries. Hands go down south real fast and useless. All right, what campuses are you going to tour, Nolan? I think I was talking to you like a year ago about that one college. I think it's Paul Smith. It just jumped in my mind. Paul Smith was the one college that we were looking at. Like Kevin's 10, but we're like, if he goes to college, that would be perfect. We met two fishing guides up in New York. That's where they went, and they were strongly encouraging us to check them out and get a sponsorship deal through them. Terry B, my Texas bro, what's up? Windy, I hate the wind. I'll take the rain over the wind. Oh man. Yeah, if it's gonna be windy, I don't know where I'm gonna set up. Is it supposed to rain tomorrow, Travis? The rain and the wind could be a fatal blow. Today it's Penn State Berks, Wilkes and Lehigh later. All right, nice. Penn State's awesome, man. Awesome, awesome school. That's where my best friend went. Stuart, what is happening, bud? Good to see you. Don't want to talk about it too much in the channel, but I got a message about my membership from your channel. I was trying to re-up, so just check that out. Let me know what's going on with that. I don't want to be, if it was me doing something wrong, let me know. I didn't purposely unsubscribe from your channel. I don't know what happened, but I got some message that it was paused or something. Sunny and 30-mile-an-hour gusts. Beautiful. That sounds lovely. That sounds lovely. You guys can just put me on and mute me, and we can sign. We can do mime reading or something. 30-mile-an-hour winds. Good Lord. I was thinking about going up to where the bridge is, but you know what? That bridge is going to just funnel the wind, and it's going to be insane. I'm going to have to find some small, tight spot in the woods where we're set up low, and try to find the spot where the wind's not blowing. I'm going to start later tomorrow anyway, which should help. I can get out there early and find the right spot. What temperature was that? Let me look at Travis's comment. He didn't give me a temperature. What kind of meteorologist are you? Yeah, they're usually wrong, but they're usually right on the wind. 50s. All right. I could do a bike live. I got the kids though. That would be chaos. Bikes, 30-mile-an-hour winds, and kids and fishing poles. It sounds horrible. I wonder if Bass Pro Shop will let us in and fish the tank tomorrow. We could go on a mission and try to break into Bass Pro and fish the big bass aquarium. Yeah, I kept the kids home today because it was supposed to be raining, and it was drizzling when I set up, and hasn't drizzled since we went live, and it kind of looks kind of bright behind me. Wouldn't be surprised if my wife dropped the kids off, actually. Would not be surprised at all. I think they're watching. They probably have me muted. I know she's working. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Mission. Micro fishing. Get down in the trees a little bit, except the creeks are still somewhat high, though. 2 nephews. Nephew on nephew wrestling. This spot actually has a basketball court behind us and a lot of room to run around. Except that they'll probably be fighting with geese for territory. It wouldn't be a bad spot for them both to hang out. But tomorrow this will be windswept. This is way exposed, so I don't see us being able to go live in this hole tomorrow. The other spot up at the reservoir, Travis, I don't know if you remember my live I did up there where I was we had the hammock set up and we were fishing off that peninsula by the day use area where you store your boats. They've got that long dirt road closed, so you have to walk that mile all the way back there, which is what I did that one day. I went all the way up there. That's why I was late. I'm very rarely late for one of my lives, but I was like 40 minutes late because I had to walk a mile in carrying all my gear. My arm was about to fall off. The other spot up there is too exposed, so I'm at a loss to figure out where to go right now, but I'll find somewhere. Oh, I think I know. I think I know where to go. There's a couple puddles that hold some fish when the creek floods. Maybe I'll take Kevin and Lyle and we'll go explore down there. Joan said it's windy and wet over there as well. Yeah, I'm sure all the creeks around here, Travis, are muddy, but I think it's like it's the leftover mud, like from ever being stirred up. I don't think it's the type of mud where it's like from the raging water. It's like the after. It's worm fishing weather. This is where you throw the big night crawler on and get slammed. They'll be eating worms right now like crazy. You look outside and you see worms on your driveway. grab those worms and go to the creek because that's what they're going to be eating. Here we go. Take down. Yeah, boy. That's a good one. Nice golden condom here. The current's a little stronger today. He's not huge, but he's using the current. Let me go down and net him. I'll bring him up for you guys. He's not bad. He's not bad at all. Oh, he's actually really big. He's a lot bigger than I thought. Whew. He's bigger than I thought he was. Let me get the hook out and I'll show him off. He wasn't fighting hard, but I couldn't move him. He was going wherever he wanted to go. Hook pops right out. Okay. Come on, buddy. You're gonna slime me up already, huh? No. Chill out. I'll get you out of here. Chill out. Acting like Kevin. Come on. What'd you do that for? You dummy. You're a dummy. Come on. Where are you at? Where are you at? There you go. Come on. Oh. There you go, guys. Let me get this girl back. Pretty good size right there. That was a toad. Wow, that one stole my fake corn and my bait stop. Shift that around a little bit. Whew. I hope you guys could see that one all right. Did I get that on camera? Well, I'm glad we got another one while you were in, Nolan. I tried everything I could. Here we are, 40 minutes. I've got them figured out here. They will take it down between 30 and 40 minutes after the first casts. And it's funny, if you remember me saying the top two rods were getting constant action, that bottom rod hadn't got a single touch, and that's the one that went. All right, you will have to play again tomorrow. We will do trivia again tomorrow, Nolan. Hey, Wendy, another awesome member. Good morning to you. Never know exactly where to hold the fish. I'm always afraid I don't have it on camera. All right, I got to get that center rod rebaited and back out there. I'm just wondering if I should just bring them all in again in a little bit. Park crew's coming through. I gotta get my license out just so they don't have to come over. I'll just sit it behind me so they see it. Save them a trip. Getting low on fake corn. Gonna have to make an order here. It's a good problem to have, I think. Now who's going to keep track for me? These end rods have been out the whole time. The middle rod is going to be the new rod. So in about 10 minutes, we'll bring the end rods in and we'll let the one we just casted right now, we'll let that one go longer. New recipe works. Carp got me dirty again. Laura, what is going on? Good morning, Laura the Explorer. Where have you been, or am I been missing your lives? I like your lives. You're very good at just carrying on conversation. Give those boys a run for their money, too. Your pink or purple rods. Yeah, it's kind of, it's like this yesterday, too. All overcast and rainy, and right now the rain's holding off. Yesterday we fished under a tent half the day, but the fish were biting, so we'll take that. Sure thing, yep. I think last live, I think you were talking about going back to school or doing some college courses or something, so maybe that's what you've been busy doing. That wasn't Rocky, Apollo. As Apollo says, be a thinker, not a stinker. I'd rather stink like carp, personally. Yeah, that's understandable. This is kind of the lull of the year for us too. Like you think winter's bad, and like that false spring is like, to me, worse than the winter bite. But they're there. Here, if you can find the carp that are eating, you can get on some good ones and the bigger ones. We've been fortunate to get a few here and there, but it's I'd be lying if I didn't say it was hard work this time of year finding the fish to participate in a live. It's a great video. I mean, you can be out 8 hours and catch three almost guaranteed, and put the banging video together. It looks like you're catching fish, but it's just a long day. Long day of nothing. Hey, Randy. Good morning to you. Rise and shine. I do plan to go out today to a new spot. It's an hour-and-a-half drive. All right. It's always fun checking out something new. That's cool. Are you going to go live? I'm only going to stay on, well, only, it's pretty long. I'm going to be on 3 hours. That's like my minimum, unless the fish are like jumping onto the bank at the 3 hour mark. But I got both kids home today, so I don't want to be out too long, and I still have the video to get edited for Friday. So I got some other stuff to get taken care of. For us, we got opening day of trout coming up in 2 weeks, and that part of the year is going to kick off some long lives where I'm just out the entire day catching and filleting, and so trying to get some stuff taken care of now, knowing that that'll be nothing will be happening that time of year but fishing. I mean, non-stop fishing. Ended the school quest. Yeah, you know what? You can study almost anything you want to study if you're self-disciplined, and you can find the same material even that they're studying it. You can do a lot of stuff on the internet for free. Now I went to school and I've got my degree and I did post grad work and all that junk, but it's not worth it cost wise. It's just not worth it. If you're not trying to get a job with that qualification, it's quite useless piece of paper. But sometimes it helps you get in the door of a company or something like that, so you need it. But as a former boss myself, I would value somebody actually knowing something more than the paper of a degree. Seeing how they hand them things out to everybody who's got a rich parent. But yeah, they'll take you in debt for sure. Go, Ted. Doing good, man. We got a nice one in. Already gunked up. Look at that. Well, carp gunked up this morning. The water's a little high. And this one wasn't a fighter, but he just used the current. And I had it pretty much maxed out. I didn't want to pull the hook out of its lip. It was like bringing in a canoe, a sinking canoe. But I got them in. The ones yesterday were just like, didn't catch it on camera, but they were fighting and they were flopping out of water. The one took complete air. Some wild fighting yesterday. Oops, there we go, same rod again. That center rod right there just had a pretty good knock on it. See if we can land one while Ted's watching. If you guys are watching in the background, I always go back and mark the times of the catches. I don't know why it doesn't let me do the description until like 2 days later. So I put them in the comments section as soon as I can after the live. I get home, get situated, get the kids fed or whatever. And then I sit down and go back, zoom over the video, and I put the times of the catches in there. So if you're re-watching or you just want to go back and check something out, just go in the, you don't got to watch 3 hours. Just go back through my comment section, and you'll see the times. And they're actually links. You click on them, takes you right to that part of the video, and you can watch it from there. And then you can keep watching it, if you want to see what happens after that. I'll take the watch hours for sure. But I try to make my lives so that they're rewatchable, and carp fishing is just so long that it's really not rewatchable unless you have it in the background and you're doing other work. So that's why I put the times there for you guys. Feel free to use them. Yeah, I kept them at home because it was supposed to be all rainy and nasty. I kind of forced them home today. And now I'm regretting that because it's not raining at all. It's not bad at all. I mean, literally, I watched the forecast before we came out here, and it was calling for rain. It looks like the storm just went east. Let's recast the other 2 rods. Big oak leaf. That would account for one of the taps we saw. That was an oak leaf hit. Going to move this one upstream a little bit. That might be a little too shallow, but I want to get out of the main current. I find that carp, when the water's high, they'll go real up shallow. Um, they don't hesitate to get up in there. So there's a little creek that feeds in, so I tried to get it right in that confluence there. If you don't know where to fish and you see two pieces of water coming together, it's always a no-brainer. It's always good. So yeah, Ted. uh, I didn't mean to rope all degrees in one. Definitely depends on what the degree is in, for sure. I had like a partial scholarship, so I went in basically just to get a degree, not really in any line of work that I wanted to do. I was in journalism, and I'm not going to go into that whole who they hire for journalism, who they don't, and why. And you don't have a certain type of last name, you won't get hired. Period. um, but yeah, it was a waste of money for sure. But you know, I made the best of it. I made awesome connections, and I did learn a lot. But the stuff that I learned was on like the electives that I actually had passion in and took, and I learned a ton. And it, you know, I just believe that you're going to learn a lot more if you actually go and learn it rather than just go to a school and get a degree. Like if it's your passion, you're going to learn it a whole lot better. And it's extremely overpriced. It's a balloon. And if you look at what bomb, and this is coming from my background in financials here, now that I'm not licensed, I can talk a little more freely. But 2008 markets crashed because of the real estate boom. That's largely what went on, not counting the fake China money. That's a different story. But we're about to see the same thing happen again. And this time it's going to be higher ed. That's why all the politicians talk about what to do with higher ed, because it's got to be dealt with. And there's no good solution for it. It's going to be the next, you know, major problem with the economy. But Ted's outie. Peace out, man. Marilyn Johnson, good morning. Thanks for coming in here. And that's not even political, because, I'm not being political at all. Both sides know that that's the issue. They got different ideas on how to fix it. But anytime something's overvalued, it's got to fix itself. And then when you prop it up, it just kicks the can down the road and makes it a whole lot worse. You got government making it worth more and then lending for students to go to college. Like, they're in on it. They're getting this money. So it's just it's a broken system for sure. It's like me charging, instead of $1 for butter, I'm going to charge you $5, but it's okay. I'm going to lend you 50% of that. And then you get paid back with interest. Who was it? Ben Franklin that said the most evil thing in the world is interest. I don't know if it was Ben Franklin. Somewhere around that time period anyway. LB, what's cracking? What's going on? You know what, LB? I might be getting that little tent thing, that little tent John you are setting up next to your car. We got the Hey Trip setup that we used, that like you have too. But we're looking at that other setup now too. We need a little more room. There's another channel in here. I can't see who they are because once in a while my looks like they give me I don't know if that's a beer can. I can't. It just says morning. I can't see who that is. My phone blocks some of the people out. Like, it puts, instead of me seeing the actual name, it's just like a weird design. I don't know why it does that. It does that to Anthony J too. Cool. We got another video out with that. Is this Joker again? Comes this Joker around? Oh, that's Mr. Evans. Oh, good morning, Mr. Evans. That's weird. I don't know why it does that. Hey, Ace, good morning to you. Yeah. Good afternoon, actually, I guess. We had one, and we had a good one in. Got all mucky. I got all muckied up already. I heard a bell. Yeah, we had one nice comment in already. I'm waiting on the next one. You gonna be fishing today, bud? The weather calmed down over there? LB is Woman Outdoors. Another great channel. If you guys don't have each other, connect up. We got a lot of cool people in this chat. A lot of great channels too. Still wind and rain. Nasty. We got the rain the last couple of days. It's supposed to be raining, but the sun's trying to come out. It's a little unexpected. But Travis in our chat tells me it's going to be 30-mile-an-hour winds tomorrow. I think I'll take the rain over the wind. I hate the wind. Rain is probably done. Hey, Kayak. Welcome in, bud. Good to see you. Man. I mean, I looked at the forecast before I walked out the door, and I told the boys to stay home because it was going to be nasty out. And it's not nasty out at all. look at that goose. We got that's little. He's trying to sneak over on that bait. I know what he's up to. He wants my secret recipe. He likes it. Goose is a big fan of the secret recipe here. Super top secret recipe pack bait. LB says she's still looking for her garbage cans. March is just a nasty month here. The winds and the rains. You come out of winter so hopeful, ready for spring, and then you're just dealt with the worst month. Just nasty. The rods have really calmed down at the moment. We'll give it to the hour 30 mark of the live, and then we'll reel them in and maybe cast in a different spot and get them back out. The flow is steady. It hasn't slowed down at all. The current is, I'm hoping it'll die down a little bit more. That'll help keep the pack bait in the area of the hook, so that will increase our chances. The current's a little bit more than it was yesterday. Yesterday was perfect, and that worked. We got a lot of fish in, a lot of hits, landed a few good ones. If you guys are just coming in, please hit the thumbs up if you don't mind. If you're watching in the background and you haven't subbed, please think about doing that. It helps the channel. It's funny, I meet so many people out that have no idea what YouTube even is. They'll see my links on like Facebook or Instagram, and they're like, oh, that's what you do. I always see that. I watched, you were in a video. I'm like, yeah, dude, can you hit the thumbs up for me? Like, you know, I've known you for 30 years. You think you could do me a solid and subscribe to my channel? They're like, oh, does that help? Yeah, man, helps. It helps. Sometimes you do have to just say it and ask, because people don't even understand what that means. You're not like us, where we're always in the YouTube streets, you know, that participate in chats. You have a lot of people just hanging out watching in the background. LB's mom's probably in the background watching. If I'm one of the channels that she'll turn on. I don't even think my parents know how to subscribe, to be honest with you. They watch on their TV. I don't think they watch on their phones. My dad says I'm on too much. He doesn't. I'm on too much. Thanks, Ed. I do the same. I almost always do. Sometimes I do forget. I'll be one of those that somebody puts the reminder out and I'll go back and hit the thumbs up. But gonna move the camera a little bit. Even though the sun's not out, it's a little harder to see the rods, at least from my point of view. Try over here. I don't know. The light's not great today. I don't know what to tell you guys. Let's see what we can do here. We got one nice carp in already, LB. Waiting on the next one here. We had a lot of rod twitching early, and then it's just kind of calmed down. But that doesn't always mean anything. In fact, the two rods that were getting bounced on early were not the rods that caught the carp. It was the still rod just sitting there quietly. move my seat over here. Better not be calling your friends over here, Goose. Vern gave me $2 not to eat this goose yesterday. But he didn't say nothing about today. I might eat him today. He messed my rod up. He's going to go right in my oven. Joker. Don't you mess with that rod. In a month, you'll be bringing 20 little baby goslings over here. I think I'm under attack. Ever just chuck one in the margin. Yep, that thing's as loud as Kevin. I don't like the way it's looking at my reel there. I had one bite me on the butt when I was a little kid. And there's nothing scarier than a bird coming at you. You don't think it's going to be scary, but you ever have a rooster chase you down, you see why they're related to T-Rexes, man. I don't know what it is about them, but they are pretty scary when they come at you. Surprisingly scary. They know how to look big and mean, especially roosters. I guess that's where the word cocky comes from, right? Or the meaning behind the word cocky. You're gonna get diabetes eating that, buddy. Yeah, the hiss is nasty. They make good, if you raise one up, they make good guards for your chickens. They're so damn loud, though. Yep. Yep. You have Canada geese problem, you get a couple swans, and if you ever see swans and geese together, you'll see that the swans take up the better territory and push the Canada geese away. They're definitely more dominant. But yeah, they're even bigger problem. One of the spots we fish, trout fish up locals know Knoebels Amusement Park, you can trout fish right in the actual park. There's a trout stream that runs through it. But you have to be real careful. There's two swans there, and they will seek you out. They'll tear you up. You gotta avoid those. Those things are big. Oh, that's brutal. You can't even get away if you're waist deep in the water. Ace said he's been attacked by one while waist deep. That's rough. This goose can't wait for me to rebait and leave him some more crumbs. Kev's alright. When he first wakes up in the morning, there goes my notification for fish brain. When Kev first wakes up in the morning, he loves playing like I forget what the hunting video is. I'm not a video person, but he plays one of the hunting video games. It's like his favorite thing to do. Plays with his friends. They all go online together. And you want to hear something loud, I'll go live sometime in my house. I have to shut his door because he has the earpiece in and he's just screaming to his buddies. It's just complete chaos, but he enjoys it. And once spring, on warm days, once you can jump in the water, he won't even play the video games anymore. He's real good like that. He's not doesn't get addicted to it. He'll be swimming around the creeks. In fact, he'll tell me, he's like, I need to stop playing video games. I need to get outside. I need to get exercise. It's pretty mature like that for a 10-year-old. The machete comes out. See how he keeps getting closer? He's like swerving so like I don't notice because he's not coming right at me, but he's like inching his way closer and closer. So he thinks I'm afraid, but the first goose I ever shot while goose hunting, I shot it and brought it back in my blind. I was hunting with my dad and my grandfather and my brother. And after the fact, when I actually gave it a heart attack because there wasn't a single hole in this goose when we cleaned it. But anyway, it laid out there after I shot, so I grabbed it and I brought it back in the blind, and it was a bunker blind underground, and we shut the lid, and all of a sudden this thing came back to life and just full out was flying around the bunker with us. It was pretty barbaric, my first hunting experience with geese, but we subdued it, let's say. Flew straight, Ace is saying, flew straight at me. Luckily I had a big buck in my hand where I hadn't been baiting up, and I just flew straight into it, managed to get out unscathed, but it paraded in front of me for the next hour or two. It was proud of itself. They're very territorial. Oh yeah, YouTube takes, yeah, if you connect to somebody, what you need to do is watch a couple minutes of a video, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, and still I would circle back in a couple days and do it again, because YouTube is famous for taking, if somebody subs to you and you sub back to them, they take that away usually. They'll remove that person from your channel immediately. They don't like the gameplay that, you know, like padding yourself with subs and everything. So they do what they can do to police that stuff, which is ironic in the fishing community, because like that's how community works. You watch somebody's channel and you check. I love, you know, having a ton of different anglers from around the world. I'm not going to sit there and watch one religiously. I'm going to just kind of peruse around. So if somebody connects to me, I like to connect to them and check their stuff out. But from a business standpoint, YouTube looks at that along the same lines as like gaming the system. So yeah, watch out for that if you want to make sure your channel's growing and you're connecting around and helping other people grow. Yeah, this guy's watching me the entire time, Stuart. He's just hanging out next to me. He wants me Lucky Charms. He's trying to get at my Lucky Charms over here. It's secret bait. Yeah, they hunt. It's bad. We have all these cornfields right behind my house, and I've never gotten to hunt them. Somebody along the strip there has friends, and they'll come with pickup trucks. And they'll be like, you know, sounds like 50 guys in the backfield hunting them. I got to get up there sometime. And I mean, it's literally like right on my property line. and I've never gotten go back there and hunt. I really need to do it. We have a big refuge from not far from here, Middle Creek, and the geese migrate through there each year. And it's like a lottery system. When you buy your Pennsylvania hunting license, you can put in for that drawing, and you get to go out there and draw a number, and whatever number you draw, you go to hunt that blind. It's just an amazing experience. Even if you don't get anything, if they don't fly over your blind that day, I mean, you see some amazing flocks, and it's just beautiful watching these massive flocks come in. And when they migrate, they're up high, so they're coming in, and you just see, you know, thousands and thousands of them. And then once in a while, a group will come down and feed there. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, the snow geese come through there too. Yep, snow geese just went through. They might still be out there. We had a big flock come over our house a couple weeks ago, actually. 7 more minutes, and we're going to bring them all in and rebait them all, and probably move them back down to the lower hole again. That seems to be the spot that's producing mostly. I'm watching these suds float down the creek here, and it looks like they have slowed a little bit over the last 2 hours. So I think we are, conditions are improving, I'd say. Yeah, I don't know exactly where the snow geese are. We don't see them too often, but then when they migrate through, it's, you know, in the thousands, if not millions. But man, when they come into Middle Creek and they land on one of those lakes, it's really a sight to see for sure. I may go out there. I got to see how far it is. I forget how far of a drive it is. If I can go out there someday, maybe we'll just go out there and do a chill live where we hang out. I'm sure I can find a creek to fish too. But we'll go over there, and maybe I'll do a pop-up live and do some bird watching. Do a little tour. Maybe they'll let me tour the ranger station there. They got some cool things, big collection of birds, all stuffed and labeled. Could brush up on my duck identification. I used to know them all in Alaska, but I've kind of been slipping since I'm not living outside. Desert Adventures in Arizona. What is going on? Thanks for coming in here. Good morning. We're carp fishing today. We did get one. Waiting on the next takedown here. It was a pretty big common carp. Fishing with pack bait. Thanks for coming in. Stopped in to see what a professional YouTube looks like. Like this, John. Just like that. Look at that. You might have bass thumb, but in the carp world, we have ick. What's going on? You fishing today? Are you blown out with the wind down there? Keep sending me all your bad weather from Florida. You guys are looking for me at 8 o'clock on a Friday night. Don't bother trying to call me. I'll be in John's lives every Friday night. He puts on awesome live. 8 o'clock Eastern every Friday night. But I do miss Doc. I do miss Doc in your lives. I hope he's coming back. You guys are a perfect combo. If I get drawn for a waterfowl hunt this year, more than welcome to join me. Oh yeah, Brandon. Love it, dude. I would love it. Yeah, it's one of the side effects, John. I had one day out here, I got so burnt, and it was like 55 degrees. So I've been trying to keep my hood on, even though it's raining out. Dude, I'm a ginger, I guess, by nature. You see my 2 kids are gingers. If I grow my beard out, it turns red. I know Kieran from Sunfish King knows too. It can 50 degrees and drizzle. I went home with a freaking sunburn, like blistered sunburn, and it wasn't even sunny. It stinks. Mowing grass today, 77 already. Shut up, John. Nobody wants to hear 77 degrees. The rest of the world's dealing with 50 and ick. These Florida people, man. I got my base for the year. The problem is it always peels off and then I get burnt again, John. It stinks, man. I just, it's a curse. 42 here. The high will be 78. Man, I can remember, desert's a weird place. Like everyone thinks of a desert as being hot, but man, it gets cold at night. I remember camping in Wyoming, and I want to say it was the middle of summer. Maybe it was early summer. But I know I drove out through Missouri, and I know it was 110 in Missouri, so I'm guessing it was the summer. But we camped in a tent out there, and I can remember it being stinking hot, like 90s, dry as anything, lizards running around the sand, antelope, like middle brush. And we were dumb high school kids. We were not expecting to wake up to frost. We woke up and everything was like frosted over. And we were sitting there with like summer sleeping bags, shivering, cooking. We had a big fire with nothing but like cow and buffalo dung because there was like no wood. That was a good time though. Don't try squatting down here. I'm coming down, man. I'm coming down. I'm not tied to the area anymore. I'm coming down to Florida. Gonna get me one of those RVs. Park myself down in Florida. Gonna be up all in your country club. All out on Donkey Land. I'm gonna be all up in there. Living that Florida life. Yeah, save that for Friday night, Stuart. Save that for Friday night. I do think John's on to something. I think you should record that. And that should be like we would use that as a commercial for your channel. And then we got to pay royalty to you. Like the nickel jar, is it Ted's nickel jar, the swear jar? Every time we use it, we got to put a nickel in to send to Stuart for use of that. That's my idea. Yeah, it cools fast. I guess there's no cloud, there's very few cloudy days and not a lot to keep the warmth in. It just goes right back out again. You can't find Donkey Land. I can't find anything in Pennsylvania, let alone down there. But I'll tell you what I'm good at. I'm good at getting lost for a really long time and discovering places. So I'll eventually end up there. Might not know that's where I'm at, but I'll get there. There goes one of my subscribers, maybe. Somebody just shouted out and drove by. Is that you, Travis? Yeah, dry. You got that dry heat. Our live is going, no foreigners from here on out. No foreigners. Am I a foreigner, John? I mean, Florida's basically their own country now, I think. I'm glad you didn't see my comment. I might have to put my, it's got the drizzle going. Getting a little chilly. I might put my raincoat on. Let me recast, recast, and then I'll put my raincoat on. Gotta move the rods down. Let me figure out. Move this one. Watch that rod for me, buddy. Watch that rod. Oh yeah, put my food back here because the goose was trying to eat it. See that one all right? Okay. See how that got tangled? That's another reason why you don't want to let them go forever out there. Maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes. If you get a hit on it and you don't, if you don't, if I get a hit, basically I give it 10 more minutes. And if I don't catch that fish, I bring it in because a lot of times you'll see that they tangled it up. So yeah, there. Joker keeps sneaking up, trying to do a sneak attack on my food. Let's see, get there centered a little bit. That'll work. Ooh, I can smell the anise in that pack bait. It smells good. Got 9 awesome people hanging out. If you haven't done so, please hit the thumbs up. Appreciate it. Get the algorithm out there. Hopefully we'll catch some fishies soon. Got 1 on the bank. Yeah, with members only tonight. It should be members only, Stuart. I have it set, man. I have it set. And I set it up straight on the computer. It's the phone that doesn't let me do the members only. Even if I initiate it on the phone and then go to the desktop, it's goofy. But yeah, 8 o'clock tonight, members only giveaway. Low humidity here. Arizona, we see about 10% makes the heat bearable. Yep. Just like an oven. All right, John's out of here. Peace out, John. See you tomorrow night, if not sooner. Ace said might try to get out with the spinning rod next week or 2. Yeah, right now we're doing lives here on CARP mainly, but we're going to be switching that up with this, whatever's running, you know. And CARP's close to my home. I can hit decent spots. So when the kids are home right now, doing a lot of that. But you stop back in a month, it's going to be a whole different picture here. I'm going to be running around chasing smallmouth bass, largemouth bass, tons of trout. We'll do lives where I bring you back to the house and we fillet them up and we cook them up. We'll do shore lunches. So yeah, it'll keep changing. We'll just keep chasing whatever I think the best active fish is in the area. We'll chase them. And we're going to go after some big old flathead catfish, some channel cats, and we're going to chase muskies. So we're going to go after some quality fish too, not just you know, not just not netting just the net fish. We're going to go after some big ones. There's going to be days where we just go fishing for fun, and there's going to be days where we're going hunting for monsters. We've been close with a couple state records. We've been within ounces on a pickerel. We're real close to the state record on the pickerel. We've got 48-inch muskie, which is a beautiful muskie for Pennsylvania. My wife caught a real close to records yellowhead bullhead, a yellow bullhead catfish. So we're close on a few different species. So we do have potential of getting a state record fish. And I think it'll happen. Honestly, I think it'll happen this summer. Just putting the time in. Things happen when you put the time in. So I'll have to make sure that I always have that stuff needed for the measurements to make it official. Yeah, I have to spend more time on that stuff, Brandon, with the scents. And you know, I enjoy carp fishing, and you know, a lot of people don't really carp fish around here, and I've kind of had immediate success, so I haven't really explored more than what I've started with. But I know that's not always a good mindset, because you don't know, I could be doing a whole lot better. Can always do better, right? So, and maybe I'm missing, you know, an old monster carp that's just trickier to get to bite. Maybe I'm missing him because I haven't tried something new. So I'm always open-minded when it comes to learning new techniques and stuff. I just not always motivated to learn. This joker is going to come back and eat all my scraps again. Yeah, I'll definitely, I'll give him a try for sure, bud. I will definitely give him a try. We got, in this one here, we took the original recipe, which is just Jello, sweet corn, and breadcrumbs, and went through my cabinets and I added coriander, vanilla, anise, and peanut butter to the mix. I know there's other attractants and things, but I read that they were I googled like top 10 flavors and attractants for carp, and those things were on that list and on my in my pantry, so I threw them in the mix. My favorite spot to go for carp is still closed down because of trout season. So once trout opens up and the trout bite slows, I think we got potential for, my best day up there was 17 carp in less than 3 hours. So we're going to be in that type of action, I hope, within the month. Hey Tasha, good morning. Hope you're doing good. Thanks for coming in. Look at this goose going around cleaning up the corn. Boilies and trout pellets here. I've got some strawberry boilies from Tiger Nuts. I caught a couple on them, but I never noticed like a huge advantage to using them. So they're just sitting in my tackle box. But I'm gonna make sure, I'm gonna do a better job of having like 3 different baits, you know, on the different rods, messing around more and exploring the different options, just to keep it interesting. But up till now, I've been fishing. I've only had an hour here, an hour there. So I'm not going to make, you know, to make 3 different recipes is like wasteful unless you have a way to keep them for the next outing. But now that I'm fishing, you know, all day sometimes, it's not a problem. I will certainly put them all to use. This is my cleaner. The cleaning crew's here. It's cleaning up after me. Leave no trace. Man, the rod's got real still. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's a dang goose. You bumping my rod? Dang goose. Heard a bell. I got all excited. Don't come over here with your bull crap. Blue raspberry flavor. Interesting, blue raspberry. But then we have a rod, horizontal buzzer. That's what you know. Yep. Yeah, we did. Nolan from Mission Discover did a cool video collab with us where we tested that out. We tried to test it out as best we could. We set some rods up horizontal with the bite alarms and the buzzards on them. We tried to do a bunch of different techniques, And I don't know why, but it just seems like this setup worked better for us here. Um, he's very, he's much more analytical than I am, and he gives his um, opinion on why he thinks that is a lot better than I could put into words. But I agree with him, um, especially in the creeks. And a big part of it for us was detecting the bites. Now, maybe if we had the bite alarms dialed in a little bit better, but it seems like we get a lot of taps that would send the bite alarm off but aren't takedowns. And like it paid off to wait for the takedown to develop here. And that could be because we're fishing in a spot that has trout and sunfish and other fish that are knocking the lines around pretty good. But and here too with, you know, the one setup that we I don't think we did it on that video, but we had tried out one of those setups where you put all 3 rods in there. It was like the ground is this, it would work here, but a lot of the spots I get into are not park type ponds. Nobody really fishes them, and I'm climbing through the woods, and we couldn't find level ground sometimes to put all 3 rods. So we'd have like one here and one 20, you know, feet down the bank. And I also haven't really dialed in on a line yet too. Like we go anywhere from 12-pound test all the way up to 30. Now I have noticed that I only catch them on the 30-pound line when the water's murky like it is today. And I put the heavier method feeder on it so it doesn't slide down in the current. Like that big rod, I'll notice once the rod in the middle has the 30 on it. And when the water's low and clear, I rarely catch anything on that. But I'm thinking I have a big 10-foot rod that I want to get that one rigged up for carp too. There's a lot of times I can sail that thing a mile, use the light line, and that's the rod I caught the muskie on. So I know with light line I can handle a pretty big fish and put, you know, that rod really absorbs a lot of the power that the fish can throw at you and allows you to steer it around and take the fight to the fish a lot better. It's just a pain to carry through some of these tight spots, hiking through the woods with the trees and all. In fact, I bought one 10-foot, or Kevin won a 10-foot rod on one of our fishing tournaments. Snapped it in half the first time we were out on a tree walking through the woods. They're just not practical here. Yeah, popcorn. Somebody said they use Kix, the cereal, which is like just like a little sphere. That middle rod is getting bumped around, and it's not the goose. So let's hope there is a hungry carp in the area. Yeah, yeah, 12-foot rods. Yeah. And that's what everyone calls for. It's the same thing with like salmon fishing. Everybody says, you know, use the 10-foots and the 12-foots. Yet if you go up salmon fishing in New York, east coast of the U.S., you don't. There's very rare that you see them. Everybody's got the boat poles out. Come on, let's get a takedown here. He's definitely on that pack bait on that middle rod. See that line twitching. But I do have quite a few rods. I don't have as many reels for them all, but pair them up a little bit differently. Oh, lost the signal there for a second. Looks like we're back. I blame the goose. I'll tell you, when we caught that muskie, we caught it in a tough spot. And if you go back and watch that video, you'll see, like, I stopped that thing dead. And I had to, because I knew it was going to tangle us up if it went to the left or the right. And I took extra caution. I had the drag. I had everything dialed in. It was like one of those few moments where you catch the targeted fish you're looking for, and you got everything just right. And it's my highlight of my fishing career. And that's even catching, 70-pound salmon and some of the monsters I've caught in Alaska. I'll take that muskie over any of them. We worked so hard to catch that fish. People laughed at us when we were out fishing this creek for them, telling us they weren't in here anymore. They're around. They're around. Oh yeah, I was gonna put my raincoat on. Put my hand warmers in my pocket. And I'm gonna throw the raincoat on and it'll keep the warmth in better. Pants. I don't need my pants yet. Sitting on your butt, you get cold after a while. Yeah, I set the members only live up tonight. It's beer run night. It's going to be a busy night. I run with a running club that meets every Thursday night at the local brewery. We go out for a 4-mile social run and then come back and have a pint or two. It'll just be a quick pint tonight and back to the house. Oh boy. If I was fishing there, I would fish exactly as I do here. I would have a rod in the near margin, a rod in the far margin, and one in the middle. Yeah, I've never caught one in close here, ever. They always are out on that far bank. In fact, you can drive down that road, and when it's summertime and it's clear, you'll see them all on the other side. There's like a deep ledge there, and it's deep right here with a lot of different rocks and stuff, but always catch them there. But I will cast one of these 3 rods the next time. I'm going to bring it in close, because watch you be right. Watch you be right. I will give it a shot. Muskie where? Muskie where? What are you talking about, Stuart? Lisa, welcome in. Good morning to you. John Parker, Mr. Parker, good morning. I is honored to have Mr. Parker. I don't want to say he's my favorite YouTuber, but I don't miss a lot of Mr. Parker's lives when he goes live. I think Dana's my favorite YouTuber, but John would be my second favorite YouTuber. He's been on the fish lately too. Mr. Parker does some amazing work, puts out some awesome thumbnails, and awesome dude right there. One of my favorite humans for sure. I think this goose will make good catfish bait right here. John said Dana can't fish a lick. Dana must still be in bed. John getting away with slander like that. I'm gonna have to wrestle this thing at some point. He's just walking around mocking me. Look at him. It's only a matter of time. I'm going to have to assert my dominance over this bird. We'll give it 10 minutes, then we're going to recast. We worry about the line lay, every rod tips. Yeah, that was another thing we found with the upright approach, with the current that we fish. If we have the rod horizontal, there's more line in the water, right? And now you're kind of pocket fishing, so the current was pulling the line and pulling the weights. So we found having it upright, having a high line directly down to the bait, was kind of like in trout fishing when you're pocket fishing. I don't know if you're familiar with that technique, but you know, you're using the length of the fly rod and you're keeping it up high so that your fly is in a pocket of water and can hold there, and the line's not laying in the faster current, which would then pull your fly downstream. So that was the one thing that was another thing that we liked about this setup. Alternatively, though, I guess if you're doing horizontal on a windy day, you might be less line out between above the water might be beneficial, you know, to getting under the wind. So I guess it just matters, you know, both methods are good. All right, Ace, get those kids fed. You don't need any hangry kids. We'll have to remember, if I catch a fish in close on the recast. Was that this rod going? Did I just see a rod go? I'm getting old. My eyes are playing tricks on me sometime, but I didn't hear a bell, but I could have sworn that rod just moved. Anyone else see that? I need more bells. Shut up. Shut up. You shut up. Dang. Annoying bird. This is worse than having my kid out here with me. What's your new nickname, Stuart? I gotta remember to turn these notifications off, but I can't play with it now, so just as likely shut off my live playing with that thing. Got 14 awesome people in here. 30 thumbs up. Appreciate y'all. We'll be out here another hour. We'll give it 10 minutes and then we'll recast. Give them one more hour, see if we can pick up some more. Oh, there we go. Far rod was getting hit. I don't know where my bells were. Didn't hear any bells. I saw that one. It's definitely a bump. I'm waiting on a takedown. Your nephew goose is going to end up in the oven. He keeps it up. I don't even need to waste a shotgun shell on him. I could leave a trail right into the oven. He'll come home with me. Put him right in the smoker. You're sworn to secrecy. Geese are always hungry. That's the problem. You feed them, they procreate, pop out 10 more. Next thing you know, they got the water so polluted you can't even swim in it. That's what happened to our local lakes here. You used to be able to swim in these lakes. They all got contaminated from goose. Yeah, I feel another fish. I want to recast, but at the same time, I feel like another fish is coming. Center rod just got tapped too. I'm happy with one fish. I would love to get more, but anything beats a skunk. Skunk, no matter what you say, it messes with your head after a while. Beginning of yesterday's live, I was like, man, I was thinking, did I watch? I was changing up my moisturizer on my hands, thinking it was the lotion. I was second guessing everything I did, changing daily habits, wondering what I was. Ooh, there goes that rod again. Come on, baby, far rod, right there. I'm gonna wait for him to take it down. We're gonna have to give him 10 full minutes before we recast, because that was another definite tap. So he's on the pack bait. Wait till he finds the corn with the hook in it. Yeah, last time I heard a bird that loud, it was Kevin, that's for sure. We had a real crazy rooster. He was super hyper, even from 3-day-old. As soon as he was born as a little chick. It was cute when he was a little chick. You'd come running around the box, jump up on your lap. We didn't know then he was trying to actually like slaughter us. He was just vicious. But he was a cute little puffball back then. We named him Kevin. And Kevin would get in the fights all the time. That rooster would chase him around the yard. And Kevin's as cocky as a rooster, so he would aggravate it. And I'd see Kevin running across the front yard, and he was probably like 5 at the time. And that rooster was like the same size as him. I'll tell you, that rooster protected. It was the last one to go out of that whole flock. It protected all those hens, and it killed a red-tailed hawk one time that broke in. It fought off a raccoon one time. I watched it try to defend a hen against a fox. Like, this thing was as vicious as they come and very protective of the hens. So even though it was a pain in the butt to live with, and we missed that. We buried that one in a special place. He did his job. Where'd my coffee go? Jane, if you're watching, I'm still using your coffee holder. Thank you. One of my quiet listeners, always in the background watching. But I'll do 2 hours, 10-minute mark. So about 3-4 minutes, we're going to take this rod closest to us. We're going to move that one up and cast that one in pretty close, like Ace suggested. And then each 5 minutes we'll cast the next one, and then another 5 minutes we'll cast the other one. Hopefully that whole plan gets destroyed by a takedown soon, but we shall see. Oh dang, we forgot trivia. We gotta do trivia, guys. Let's do trivia first. Here we go, get ready. Prepared this last night. Quick peek, can't be seeing these answers. Yeah, I think we're a little early for them to be real close in this spot. At the lake I fish, I've caught them like a foot off the bank. They come around the whole circumference of the lake, like in a big circle. You'll see them passing every once in a while, and man, they're my favorite way to catch them. It's just, you better have your drag set. They just take it and they are gone. This drops right off to like 8-9 feet of water at this bank, but they're usually out on the flood bank side here. But we're gonna see. All right, the topic for today's trivia is sports. We're gonna ask 10 multiple choice questions. The first person to answer correctly in my chat that I see will win that point. The person who wins the most points, you can email me and I will send you out a sticker. My email is in my about page. It's politnariverlodge@gmail.com. It's a mouthful. Question number 1. What sport is best known as the king of sports? A, carp fishing, B, soccer, C, carp spearing, or D, carp curling? I'm going to start off easy. If you need me to repeat that, let me know. Oh, there's Matt's got it again. Matt, did you win yesterday? It's Matt, I believe, right? Or I screwed up your name again. Wannabe. Don't forget to email me. All right, we got number 1 goes to Wannabe Outdoors. All right, cool. Wannabe won yesterday. I've got I got yesterday's paper in my car. I got to remember to take it out. Question number 2. What's the national sport of Canada? A, hockey, B, chess, C is my favorite, politeness, or D, lacrosse? Nope, not hockey. Correct, lacrosse. Stewart's got that one. Okay. Politeness. Should be politeness. All right, number 3. What country has competed the most times in the Summer Olympics yet hasn't won a gold medal? A, Philippines, B, Jamaica, or as Kevin says, Jamaica, C, Scotland, D, Australia. Stephen, I think you're behind in chat. You might be behind in chat. Make sure you're caught up or you're going to be a second behind in every question. Australia is incorrect. Jamaica is also incorrect. Scotland's also incorrect. Stewart's got it. Philippines. Philippines is correct. All right. Number 4. The Triple Crown Award is given to a horse that wins which 3 races? The Kentucky Derby, the Belmont Stakes, and A, Breeders' Cup, B, Preakness, C, Dubai World Cup, or D, Bassmasters Classic? Breeders is incorrect. C is incorrect. If Kristen's watching, I know she knows this one. A is incorrect. B is correct. Wannabe's got that one. Preakness. I believe we're tied up between Wannabe and Stewart. Yeah, Goose is back, Chris. Welcome in, buddy. You joined us in the middle. We got one carp on the bank. Well, he's technically back in the water. A nice one. We've been getting the rods tapped. We're in the middle of our 10 questions of trivia that we're doing now. We're on question number 5, so it's not too late to win here. Number 5, in motor racing. If V8's listening, he's going to get this one. In motor racing, what color flag do they wave to indicate a winner? Is it A, checkered, B, yellow, C, gold, or D, saltire? It is A. Stewart got that one first. Now Wannabe has 2 as well. You got the first one and the 4th one. But Stewart's got 3 now. Yep, checkered is correct. First one I saw answer that one correct is Stewart. Yeah, welcome in Chris from Vogeley's. Awesome channel right there. Another local, pretty local guy to us. All right, number 6. And we're using miles. Don't make me bring out the calculator, Stewart. Steven. Doing miles. You bump my rod. Shut up. Is that a fish or a goose? I can't tell. Did he bump my rod? Yeah, he bumped my rod, I think. Can't tell if it's the goose hitting it or if there was a fish on it. I think it was the goose. All right, let's assume it was the goose and wait for a takedown. Number 6, how long is a marathon? A, 70.1 miles. B, 120 miles. C, 26.2 miles. Or D, 3.11 miles. Yeah, I think his wing bumped it too. Be cool to have a goose takedown though. It is C. Stewart is in it to win it today, man. Wendy, does Stewart have Google on? You better not have Google on. All right. Number 7. What sport uses a shuttlecock? A, badminton. I wish John was in here right now. B, fly fishing. C, ribbon waving. D, pickleball. It is badminton, but I think Stewart got that one first too. All right. We'll give it to Stewart. We'll give it to Stewart. It is badminton. Don't worry, I will make sure that Stewart can't win the next one. I will find a way to completely make sure Stewart gets every single one wrong next time. This will be my greatest feat. Number 8, what team owns the longest winning streak in NBA history? Los Angeles Lakers, B, Boston Celtics, C, Minnesota Timberwolves, or D, Denver Nuggets? Not Celtics. Nope. Not D for don't know. It is the Lakers. Stephen Merchant got it. Nice work, Stephen. All right, let's see. I like this one. What is the record for the most red cards given in a single soccer game? A, 16, B, 21, C, 12, D, 36. That's how much he hates the Lakers. He refuses to answer Lakers. A is incorrect. 12 is incorrect. I think they're just joking. They're just joking with you. C is 12 is incorrect. All right, kayak dangler. Good luck today. I think you said you were going back out after lunch. Or maybe you were calling it in the wind. Good luck if you're heading out. Try to check in later. And I'm going to give stickers to second place too, because I'm already giving stickers to Stuart because he's got some coming anyway. E. Nope, no one's giving me the correct answer yet. E is not even an option. 16, 21, 12, or 36? There's only two options left. You got it, wanna be. It is 36. All right, last question. When was archery first included as an Olympic sport? This is a little tricky. A, 1516, B, 1900, C, 1996, or D, 2000? What year was archery first included as an Olympic sport? $1900 is correct. Wannabe beat you to it, Chris. All right, so Wannabe and Stuart basically tied almost here, so I'll just add in that another sticker to each of your envelopes. I'll send you a couple and you can send them out and use them, or put them in a sticker pack if you're giving out something. Stuart and Matt. Congratulations, they're just for fun. Just keeping the prizes little so nobody takes it too serious. We'll find another topic for tomorrow. But thank you for playing. Back to fishing. Let's get these recasted. I'm going to do what Ace suggested and cast one in real close here. You getting the rain, Chris? Where you are, you're east of me, so I'm guessing you might be in the rain. We were supposed to be getting poured on, but it's just drizzling. Not bad at all. casted that one in real close with Ace's recommendation that we try 3 different spots out in the one close, one in the middle, and one far. So I am a big fan of fan casting when bass fishing, so we'll use that approach today and see if it works. Almost caught that in the face. We'll go all the way out with this one. No, I think just slid a little bit. Unless I hit a carp in the head. All right. Hey, Raptor Will. Yeah, I remember that too. Spring break coming in college way too early. You know, you'd have to go down to Florida or something to enjoy it where we are anyway. Poppycock. Poppycock. What did John catch? He caught some type of an aquarium lizard or something? Where are you fishing, John? You catch some weird stuff. Catching eels up there, catching lizards. Good Lord. Yeah, archery came in. That question was a little tricky because it had come in 1900. At least this is whatever website I used. Who knows? It said it came in 1900, and then I think it was until 1924, and then removed, and then came back in later. I think is what I recall seeing. Wendy's giving him the answers. It's no big deal. I don't mind going 2, 3 deep. Some trivia is like that, man. We go to tonight's brew run. This is where I got the idea from. After the run, they do trivia in the brewery, and it's a tiny little brewery, mom and pop place. I have a great relationship with the owners, and they support us too. Um, they do trivia night, and we go in there, and they'll have 3 different categories, same type of format. And they put a lot of time and effort into their questions and stuff, and they give out cool little gifts and all, and it's fun. I usually lose. In fact, they created an award, I think, around me for the person with, like, if you get 0 correct, you get a special award. um, I haven't won that one yet. I failed at that even. I got 9 wrong, and then I got the last one right, so I didn't even win that. But one night, not only did I did I win, but I got 9 out of 10 plus the bonus question right. So, and I didn't know any of them. I knew 0. I was just guessing. And it was I had one other experience that was a religious experience. But I gotta say that that kind of felt the same way. Like seeing those correct answers pop up, even though it was just to win something dumb, it was like, what the heck is going on? I didn't even know you could catch a salamander. Shad Daddy, what's going on? I got to catch up. Yeah, I see him up there. If I get a view of that woodpecker, I'll turn the camera on him. He's not too far behind me. I don't know if my kids are watching, but I don't want to tell a story because I don't think they know what happened, but woodpeckers are ferociously territorial, if you didn't know that. They will fight each other to the death for dead wood area territory. Got 14 awesome people in here. I think you're being sarcastic. You hate catching eel. They're great bait, but they mess your lines up. You don't seem happy when you catch them. You're mumbling over there trying to get them untangled. Buffalo Wild Wings has trivia or had trivia. You could play against people everywhere in the country. It gets fun. That's cool. Sport question. One play to score over 100. No. Only player to score over 100 goals and no hat trick. Only player to 100 goals and no hat trick. I didn't get a good look at him, the woodpecker. Probably a downy, I'd say. We have a lot of downy woodpeckers here. But the ones that I saw fighting were red-headed, reticulated red-headed woodpeckers. The big ones. I believe this is a downy because I can't really He looks little. The only small ones you have here are Downies. I'm not big in the. I love playing basketball, but I'm not into watching it too much. I hate to say this, but the only basketball I really watched was Allen Iverson. There's something about AI that I loved watching. I love trash talkers when they can back it up. I know he wasn't the best model for the young, but I also kind of appreciated his attitude as a player. He spoke from the heart, and you could not, he worked his butt off out there. You say what you want about him and missing practices and not being a good team player when it comes to that, but you don't hear everyone criticizing the other players that write it in every night in professional sports. That dude was A game every night. He was actually a really good family dude too. Knew what he was doing from the start. Yeah, we got those too. They're rare. There's big woody woodpeckers. We call them woody woodpeckers. They look like Woody the Woodpecker. These things are awesome. You see them flying through the woods, man. It's like they're wild looking. Welshman. Yeah, I mean, I was in the heart of my racing career at the time, racing at the professional level, the world level, in fact, when AI was around. And man, he said stuff that I wish I had the guts to say at the time. People can be real critical on bike racing. You guys don't know much about bike racing and Lance and all that stuff. Russian money runs that whole sport and the whole doping and stuff. A lot of rushing, Russian mobs and things and betting on it, and it's pretty crazy because it gets even to like the ownership level of it. And now you got the Dubai coming in, Dubai money coming into it as well over the last few seasons, but it's pretty corrupt. Just say that. Yeah, Russian mob. It's funny as they're. I don't think anyone cares about cycling. It's not probably safe saying this, but and I'm definitely not going to be racing ever again. Their days are long gone. Uh, I think they're in bed with the anti-doping league. To be honest with you, there's been some documentaries done on it that kind of prove that I'm not just speaking out of the side of my face on that. You can watch them and come up with your own opinion, but I watched the documentaries and I already had that point of view from my personal experience, so it kind of cemented it. It's funny, I keep getting hits on every rod the goose touches. I'd love to see a takedown, just knock the goose right over. I think I got to pay him. He's on camera. I got to pay him. Yeah, he might end up. Might end up. Imagine having that loud thing as a pet. The fishing goose. Raptor Wheel says, I really want to catch a carp at some point. I have hooked carp mainly on light and ultralight gear, but never landed any. Definitely want to go up at least 12-pound test. And it's going to be hard on ultralight. Set the drag light. I've done it. You got to be able to chase them usually if you're in a creek or something. But you got to have the drag light for that initial run. But they keep on fighting the whole time. But that initial run, you're not going to be able to move them around like you would a trout or anything. They're going to go where they want. So you just want the drag to hopefully put a little bit of pressure on them, but it's going to be a long fight, so you have to prepare for that. Yep, old oil money. Yeah, they're big on their own athletes juicing, but this was actually them. This was them involved with. They were at the head of the anti-doping group at the time. They were actually directly involved with other countries, including the United States. But just why I don't want to say too much on YouTube. I know they have certain rules with what you can say, what you can't say. But like I said, there are documentaries out there that will sum this up for you, and you can come up with your own conclusion. Yeah, if I get a bite, you'll hear him honking. I have him trained, guys. He's a fully trained bite detecting machine over there. If you see the goose get knocked into the water, that means fish on. Hey, Captain Clark, welcome in, buddy. Welcome in. Probably hanging out in the background for a while, but good morning to you. He says, fun fact, I once knew a UPS guy who feared running into a goose more than a dog. They are mean, rude critters. That they are. Like little pit bulls. Rules on the club lakes here, Finn, are minimum 15-pound line, 2.5-pound test curve rods. Yep, that's good. Yeah, 15's pretty good. I usually fish, like right now, two of these setups are set up steelheads, so they're 12 to 15, somewhere around there. But yeah, you don't want to be breaking off, that's for sure. And the only carp I've broken off in a couple years is the one Kev broke off yesterday, which shouldn't have broken off. You know, when you have them in real close like that, there's no play in the line. You know, that stretch is now minimized because you don't have a lot of line out there. And then that was his, fault. My fault was I should have just netted and not worried about the live. The camera was not working at the moment and was trying to get the camera working, so he put pressure on it for an extended period of time and it snapped. We lost our PB for sure. Terry B, welcome back. I've gotten close once, I lost because it got tangled in another one of my lines. My dad cut. Yeah, if that ever happens, once in a while I'll get the lines tangled. Just open the bail on the other rod and let that carp drag 2 lines with it and sort it out. You know, once you net them, you can sort that all out. That happens even the way I got 3 rods in. Occasionally that happens. So I got 30 pound on the rod closest to us. The other two are somewhere in 12 to 20 range. Whatever we had on for steelhead, the small two rods were my steelhead rods right now. Once we start fishing for the cats, we'll have 30-pound mono on, at least on all three of them, and then I'll put a leader, probably 20-pound leader for carp. But right where we are, we're not going to catch any monsters other than maybe like a 20-pound carp. But we ain't going to be catching any 60-pound flatties like we will be in a couple weeks. So we can get away with this setup. They are definitely line shy at times too. So peeked in, sitting on a job site waiting. Nice, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Got about 20 more minutes here and we're going to wrap it up unless we get some takedowns. Two black rods are Walmart specials. Almost. Their pen, I got the pen combos and the two small ones. The one closest to us is actually an old Silver Star. I've had that since I was 12 years old. Surf rod from down the shore. It works really good. I've handled some big catfish on that rod too. I don't spend a lot of money on rods, guys. Haven't felt the need to. Learning how to fight a fish, and I've been fishing a long time and guiding a long time, and I landed my PB on 8-pound line. It took me forever. I think that's the carp I caught. If you go into our channel, like the welcome video, I think that's the one. I was using 8-pound line. Now that was a winter carp, so he didn't fight as hard, but still, it took me forever. Learning how to play the drag, when to put the pressure on him, when to take the rod and put it sideways to steer a fish and turn its head. All those things come into play. And I use that information a lot. So when Kevin's fighting a fish, I cringe sometimes because I might not have the perfect setup, because we're multi-species fishermen and I can't be re-spooling every night when he decides to go after something else. I just make it work, tweak the setup a little bit, and we're back on the water. Yeah, it's tough, Will. You only got a few moments, man. They take that and they start running. We've all screwed up. My biggest screw up was fishing with Nolan down in the city. I hooked up on a beautiful flathead and it was tangling my lines. And I took the other rod out of the holder just like I have right now and I threw it on the ground, and a big cat hooked that rod and that thing just shot into the water and I lost my favorite catfish rod. Just gone. What's the chances of that rod going in the moment I threw it down? But that's what happened. Nolan turned that into a video too. He put that right on his video. Yeah, I'm gonna get that Mad Cat's rod out of you, buddy. That's right, Stuart. I'm gonna put a whooping on you when we fish together. The PB was 37 inches. I didn't weigh it, but we were going by length. I don't normally weigh them because I don't have like a cradle, so I still go by inches, but I know that's probably laughable over in the UK where they got some monsters, but that was my PB at the time anyway. The one yesterday was was way over 40 inches that we lost. That was a monster. It was almost as big as our muskie. Our muskie was 48 inches and it was close. It was enormous. But yeah, 37 inches, 37 and a half, I believe. Go back and watch it to be sure, but I think that's what it was. And honestly, the ones last week were probably close to that. I don't know. I didn't measure them out, but caught some big ones 2 days in a row here. soon I'm going to order that cradle. And once I have that, we'll be able to measure them up, weigh them. I'll be a little more relaxed. Won't have to worry about them flopping around and hurting themselves. But right now I lay them on, like, you know, the wet grass or the blanket. And it's like a rubber blanket. It's a little padded. Otherwise, man, I just try to get them back in the water right away. But those cradles work good. No chance you got to that fly fish trout using that box I gave you. I've got that box ready to go, man. I'm going to be breaking that thing out real soon. I was going to bring the other, I'm going to do a mail call for you, a specific mail call for the other package. I was going to pop up and show it on the live, but then I was like, you know what? I got to do I'd rather do a separate video. That way it'll get more views for that purpose. It'll bring in a different crowd just to view that. If I just show up in a live, it'll be buried. No one will see it. "37 inches. Oh, cool. That sounds awesome. Captain Clark said he's carving wooden spoons out. Do you know the... Yeah, you missed the sticker. We're going to do it again tomorrow. We're going to do it again tomorrow. What was I going to say? Is it David? There's a channel. David doesn't sound right. He does like outdoor stuff in his yard. He has like a garden and he does the hot tent camping. Lives down, like, I want to say Maryland or Virginia area. He's always carving wood spoons. Man, I wish I could think of his channel. I'm having a blank. But he does a lot of that stuff. Bowls and spoons, always carving and whittling. I want to make a bowl from one of the local trees here, but get those like big humps on them. If I find a good spot where I can get in there with the chainsaw legally, I'm going to cut one of those off and try to hollow it out and make a wood bowl. Wait till May, I will be fly fishing for trout, and those trout wins. No pay to fish places, Stuart. You're not gonna, let me know where you're fishing. You want? I could easily beat you at a pay to fish place, if I can't afford to, because you go to them in the U.S., you pay per pound, and you're not allowed to let them go. It's a little different than over there, I think. I'd be broke, man. Like 6 trouts, $100. I'd be broke. Yeah, I'm sure I can find some trout in May. I mean, that's a little late for us. They're stocking. April's our trout season. But sure, I'll give you a chance. I'm going to whoop your butt anyway. I'll give you a good chance to win. We'll go in May. We'll have a fish off. We'll do like a StreamYard, I guess, something like that. Nothing, Ace. Right now I got them set up like you suggested in the 3 different levels, and they've been out there maybe 20 minutes. So I'm gonna give them a little bit longer. I'd love to see that. The rod furthest is the closest to us. That was only the rod furthest, the line's closest to the near bank, maybe 10 feet out, right behind a big rock. Seemed like a good spot if something's going to be around, probably holding behind that rock. So laid that one there. I'm sure they'll start biting again at some point today, but just got other things to do, and gave them a 3-hour window. I think we'll just move on, go home and feed the kids soon. What's Steven say? Starting this year, bass lure fishing normally, but got into freshwater this year. Had a couple of weeks of on the Pike in February. Yeah, I remember that. We'll get season ticket for Club Waters April 1st. Nice. It's a challenge, fun stuff. I like the sauce. My guys must be close to each other. Greensville. Greensville, that's where, is it Boone? Greensville. One of the postal riders lived down there. Yeah, I used to train down there a lot in the wintertime. I would train for cycling. There was a one of the big guys when Lance was winning the Tour de France. One of his main guys was down there because he started the base camps that we would come down and train for. We'd go down there. They'd run like 3 months, and we'd go down there and do some of these crazy rides, 8-hour endurance rides in the off season. We're real close to Greensville. Right. That's what I mean, Stuart. I know you can do catch and release. Like you wanted me to go out to that catch place. It's not even a catch and release place. It's just a straight up catch place. You catch them, you got to buy them. You're not allowed to throw them back. So I mean, you're looking at $8 to $10, if not more, on each fish you catch. So I'm not a big pay to fish place. I know it's different over there, like different setups. I'm not speaking negatively about it, but I don't like fishing them. I take the kids there once in a while, and we go there to like literally, like I'd go to a grocery store. And I kid you not, I show up. There goes my family driving down the other side of the road. I wonder where they're going. Probably going here. 3 hours, I'm ready to go home. They're going to show up. I forget what I was saying about pay to fish place, but I don't like going home. I go like I'm going to the grocery store. I show up with a bag of marinade. Catch the fish, fillet them. I marinate them while I drive home and throw them on the smoker. So I tend to go when there's no fishing anywhere else. Yeah, for carp, there's one place that you can catch and release, and it's more of a carp spot. I do want to go to. Never had much luck there, but they have huge carp. I think they've got cats in there too, but they've got some awesome koi. So I want to go there and spend the day there. I forget how long of a drive it is, so I'll have to check that out. I do have commitments to get the kids on the bus and off the bus, but other than that, pretty wide open. Yeah, Trainers Creek Campground is where John be catching all those eel and geckos, lizards, whatever he's pulling out of the water, mud puppies, and the occasional monster catfish. Yeah, that's a lot of guys in the U.S. will straight out are haters of places like that. And I tell them, like, you got to understand, like, it's a big world, and pay to fish means a lot of different things in a lot of different places around the world. And you know, a lot of the waters are privatized in certain areas, so it's different setup. And it's funny, they'll like look down on it, yet they'll go catch stocked trout. And I'm like, well, that's kind of the same as what some of the UK guys call paying to fish. You know, they raise them up, throw them in water that they're not supposed to be in, and if you don't catch them, they're going to die in a few weeks, months anyway. People need to just chill. You don't like doing it? Don't do it. Yep, I got one kid coming. Lord. I'm literally packing up, and here comes my son. And there goes my wife up the other road. You know I'm going home soon, right? You go talk to this crazy kid. but my camera will die in around the 3-hour mark because I didn't know you were coming down. So I didn't put the backup battery on. So coming in. Coming in hot.
That was satisfying.
Yeah, I don't know. Lyle's here. I got my sussy sidekick over here.
Hello.
You want to sit in the chair? Well, I better sit so I can read that. We'll stay live for about 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to shut it down because I know my battery's about to die. I might pop up if we catch something up. I think Lyle wants to fish a little bit, and then we're going to go for a hike. That's going to be the plan. Were you guys fighting at home? Did Mom kick you out?
No.
No? Okay. Just wanted to come down?
Yeah.
3 hours into my 3-hour live?
I just wanted to pay a visit.
Yeah, that's what I hear, Stuart. You got to pay everywhere. All right, Corey. Have a good time. Yep, nephew Lyle. Stuart says hi, nephew Lyle.
Hi. Hi, Stewie.
Say thank you for your soda. He's the one who bought you your drink yesterday.
Thank you for my
He ended up getting extra sweet tea.
Not a soda. I'm not a fan of soda.
Yeah. Kevin got a Mountain Dew.
Oh, he did? He got a Fanta.
Oh yeah, that's right. He got Fanta instead. Orange soda or
I don't
something.
like Fanta.
All right, guys, we're gonna end it. I appreciate you all coming in. Lyle and I are gonna chill, fish a little bit, talk about things that I would get thrown off of YouTube if I talked about, probably. He has no filter. But yeah, I'm gonna keep fishing like you suggested, Ace, and I'm gonna see if I can catch something on one of the nearer rods. Since I got all 3 rods, I can give out the different depths and not really miss out on anything. But yeah, I'm gonna just chill, enjoy some one-on-one time with my boy Lyle. And tomorrow I'm gonna be live after Dave from Double Hook Angling. He goes live at 9 o'clock. I believe it's 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central Time. So I'm gonna go in there, offer to read chat. I don't know if he'll take me up on it or not. He usually does everything himself. But I'll watch his live and then I'll pop up. And I'm not sure where or how or what, but we have to avoid 30-mile-an-hour winds tomorrow. So like Nolan said, we're probably going to be doing some type of like micro fishing. It'll be fun. We'll move around a lot. It'll be one of those bumpy lives. So if you don't like bumpy lives, like my parents' neighbors, I know don't like me when I get on the bike and move around, makes them dizzy. Might want to skip tomorrow's. Other than that, catch you on the water next time.
I fell into the water.
Appreciate you all, guys. Take care. See you next time.